Good morning, Dr. Belio Kipsang, the Principal Secretary, Ministry of Education. We are grateful to have you here as we celebrate this unique Founders Day, which is the 65th one since Starehian was formed. I know you may have heard a bit of the story of Starehian in relation to how it came to being, formed out of the desperate need to make sure that children who are incarcerated at various prisons during the Mau Mau uprising and who are displaced due to the war that took place for our independence were taken care of by Jeffrey Griffin, Mr. Gikubu, and Mr. Gituro. For us who have benefited from Starehian, know very well that that was a great deal of sacrifice, not only for those young men at the time, Jeffrey Griffin, Gituro, and Gikubo, the 3 Gs as we call them, because they were brought together at a time when Kenya was going through turmoil, when it was going through the fight for its independence. In 1959, the humble beginnings of this great institution were laid with the assistance of Mr. Sheikh, who is here, and the Shell and BP Corporation. The story of Starehian, as you all know, is one of sacrifice where people give of their time. I know these teachers may not tell you, but they do more than other teachers do, and they don't expect a reward. They sacrifice their time. They take their time even during school breaks to assist in various ways to make sure this institution continues to flourish. Today, I stand here as president of OSS, having studied here in the 80s. I currently serve this republic as a judge, and I know many of the boys who studied here with me have gone on to make exploits around the world. But just like everyone who left Starehian in my time and after me and before me, we have a burden of giving back to Starehian. Because of those who sacrificed before my time, I was able to enjoy a wonderful learning here at Starehian. And because I'm now in this position, it is my duty to make sure others benefit. So those of you who are in red and blue, black and white, one day you're the ones who will be standing here to tell the story of Starehian. And I urge you never to forget that you too will have to do the things that you are taught to do here. For the young men, natulenge juu. For our young ladies, elimu yetu, nguvu yetu. Because with that education, you'll be able to do a lot of exploits around the world. I'm sure wherever you go, Dr. Kipsang, anywhere in this world, you'll find someone who was here at Starehian. We have people who work in various corporations abroad. We have people who serve in various countries. And we have great men and women from Starehian serving in Kenya. I welcome you to enjoy this with us. And with the permission of the director, which I had already obtained, do 2 quick things. One, I'll ask the members of OSS, the ones who I lead with, to kindly stand. I have my 2 vice presidents with me today. And members of the committee, thank you for your attendance. We have Eugene Papa, who is my first vice. We have Lynette Mora, who is my second vice. She's from the old Starehian girls team. Then we have Dr. Gott, who is in OSS. We have Owinga at the back. We have my brother, John. And then we have Quinta, and others who are not here, unfortunately, but they all do all they can to support. You've seen some of the prizes we were able to organize as a result of their teamwork and effort. With your kind permission, I was to call Dr. Gott to come and kindly give us a very brief report on GMET, and also notify you that our patron, Honorable Peter Kenneth, has sent his regards. He apologizes he wasn't able to make it back to Kenya in time for him to be here. Dr. Gott, kindly for the GMET.
Good afternoon, Mr. Guest of Honor, sir, Dr. Belio Kipsang, and all the dignitaries present. Welcome to Starehe. It's always a great honor to be here. I was a student here between the year 1996 and the year 2000, and then now we are bearing the weight of government in our various ways. I'm just here to brief you that as part of our mandate in the All Starehian Society Executive Committee, we are also the joint founders of the Griffin Memorial Endowment Trust, which we share with the Starehe Boys Center is part of the founders. The All Starehian Society is the joint founder. Our target is to raise Kenya shillings, 2 billion shillings that we believe will help us as a seed fund to generate enough earnings in terms of interest to be able to make Starehe places free forever for all the Kenyan children who need them. So far, we have raised about Kenya shillings 304 million as primary fund, which nobody touches. We only work with the interest. And just to give you feedback on how that work has been going on, in the year 2024, we intend to disburse to a total of 22 million Kenya shillings to the schools, that being 15 million shillings to the Boys Center, 5 million shillings to the Girls Center, and 2 million shillings to the Old Starehian Society Alumni Support Fund. You realize that when the young men and the beautiful ladies live here, they enter college, and sometimes life is a bit difficult for them. They're starting out, so they sometimes occasionally come back for support. And we run an alumni support fund under what we call the Yusuf Kingala University Kitty, that we will allocate Kenya shillings 1 million, and this really goes to support some of our students who could be dropping out of college because they can't afford food, they can't afford school fees has not been paid, and they are unable to sit their exams. They come back, and quarterly we invite applications for those who are in need, and we're able to disburse that. Even alumni who are not in college, life sometimes gets hard, and they have to come back to the Old Starehian Society to seek support. So out of the allocation to the Old Starehian Society, half goes to the Alumni Support Fund for non-college students, and the other half goes to the Yusuf Kingala Fund to support our students who are still in universities and colleges. Over the last life of the Griffin Memorial Endowment Trust, it has disbursed a total of 138.7 million to those three institutions. So that is not a mean achievement. And my last task is just to appreciate that this year, being 65 years of Starehe, we are in the process of raising at least 65 million shillings to go into the Griffin Memorial Endowment Trust. Some of the contributions we have so far, if you hear your class, you may stand where you are and just wave. Class of 1996 has blessed us with 1 endowment so far. Class of 2007, 1 endowment. Class of 1998 has a target of 18 endowments, 3 have already been delivered. Class of 1982-84, 1 endowment. Class of 1999, 3 endowments. Class of 1989, redeem your file number, 1 endowment. Class of 1983-85, 1 endowment. Class of 85-87, 1 endowment, class of 1991, 1 endowment, class of 2000, 2 endowments. There's a group of Starehians who are in diaspora. They congregate under what we call the Starehe Foundation Incorporation, which is based in the Boston, US, and they do annual charity golf tournaments. Last year, they delivered sponsorships worth $53,000 US, and this year they have promised to deliver $100,000 US. The Starehe CEOs Forum, Daniel Cheng and his team, those who are, we call them the corporate leaders, they have coalesced as a team, and one of the big issues we have is infrastructure renewal at the center. Those of us who live around here, I'm sure you know the Chaka Shell block, what is going on there. The CEOs Forum, we are engaging on how to renew the infrastructure in the school. We know the issues with water reticulation, we know the issues with sewerage system, we know the issues with the dining hall. We are aware and we are working on it. Class of 1990 deserves a special mention, our guest of honor. Music and art is an essential part of this school, and class of 1990, led by our brother Lee Mushiri, has taken it upon themselves to refresh the equipment, to improve capacity in the music department, and the results is what we are able to see around here. Those who were here last week, a lot of concerts were running here with excellent reviews. There are people telling me that the equipment they have is world class, and we are grateful to that class for that kind of activity. Class of 1987-89. Class of 1987-89 runs a very unique program in this center. Every month, they contribute 140,000 Kenya shillings per month to go into sponsorships. The last 1 year, they have contributed 1.68 million Kenya shillings. That has been brought, and it has been able to keep those places free for Kenyan children. The All Starehian Society golfers, led by our brother David Nyaga, you may have noticed that during the last school holidays, there's a lot of painting works that went into the school to refresh the buildings, and that work was done by the golfers, and indeed we are grateful. As the year goes on, because Starehe officially turned 65 on November 14th this year, we know we are going to have another engagement to work on this. I'll return the microphone to the President. Thank you.